Hi Stampin' friends, tonight we're going to use the Easter Bunny stamp set. You can see here it has a lot of cute bunnies. That's actually 3. Right now the punch is unavailable. I think it's supposed to be back in May. That the punch only punches out this little one who's on all 4s. So let's see. There we go. So there's 2 other bunnies that we would never be able to punch anyway. So I do think that this stamp set has a lot of cute things. It also has a little tiny bird and a little tiny butterfly that you could put on your stamp page. So there are a lot of choices and a lot of different ways to use it. It doesn't have to just be a Happy Easter stamp set. It could also be like, you know, the little enjoy the little moments, things like that. And it has a you're a friend like no other. So it could be used for other things. You could make it a birthday or something like that. And of course, the kind of obvious thing with bunnies and little animals is it would make a cute baby card. I could see putting like a tiny rattle stamp or something in this little bunny's hands. That could be really cute. So just kind of something to think about there. So let's go ahead and get started. And I do feel, I admit, a lot of pressure when I've called myself the Stampin' Bunny and there's a bunny stamp set. So I do feel like I will not quite do this justice because I have another idea that's just a little bit too complex for doing on a live. But I'm excited to try and make a card like that. So we'll see how that goes. Because I like to be able to use all 3 of the little bunnies in it, and that's not going to be super easy. The first thing I did was use cut a lot of pieces of the Dandy Designs designer series paper. It's one of the ones that's in the celebration, and there are so many different patterns in it and different color combinations that I just thought that I would show you a few of those first. So using a white, this is the thick white, basic white cardstock, I think really can make this look super cute. Another thing I did was pop my bunny up on, up on dimensionals. And I might even do it like maybe like this, like the opposite. So there's so many choices here. Do it like that. And this is one way that, of course, to use this without needing to cut out your bunny or use the punch. So all I'm going to do here is just color the little bottoms of her toes, her little feet with this, and then inside her ears, and maybe just a little on her cheeks. I wonder if I can do it softly enough. Yeah, maybe not. And I do notice that I did kind of funny on her little eye here. I hope I don't make it worse, but it didn't quite fill in there. Oh, there. I think that will do it. But you have to watch because it will try, and if you aren't careful, you can cover up the little glint of shine that it has in it. So I'm trying to leave that little dot there. So one thing that I don't know if you've noticed in this, there is this gorgeous little garland that I cut out by hand, and it is so pretty, and I think it looks gorgeous on top of this bunny's head. Now, if you think it's too big, which it may be, because you can just barely see it. And what's funny to me about this is that it's like my examples that I have had in the past of different bunnies that I've used for my blog. And I just think it looks really cute like this. But you could make it smaller just by cutting it down a little bit, cutting off maybe the majority of these edges, these small pieces, and this one that's coming down, so that it's not quite as large on her head. Of course, you can put this down here, or you can put it under a bunny, just to kind of make it cute. You can put it on these, but they are really a lot smaller than even this bunny. So that's a possibility. Another thing I wanted to mention with this set is when you use the, okay, what did I do with it? The carrot, let me see here. Oh, there's the butterfly. Okay, anyway, somewhere there's a carrot. It would be cute to put like across the bottom here, use the carrot and the Easter eggs and things like that, or put a carrot on each side and put those on either side, and just kind of make that kind of cute. And you can see here I've used the Memento Black to stamp this, but you could also, if you wanted a softer look, use the crumb cake or maybe even the Sahara sand to just give it a little bit lighter look. Okay, now I can't promise I won't pull that back out when I'm ready to do something else. You know, I'm always one to use white on here, but another possibility when you are making your stamps, or making, excuse me, designing your card, is to use one of the things that are cut out, oops, sorry, on a piece of pattern paper circle. And I think that that just makes, the fact that it is a white bunny, sometimes maybe you don't want to color, maybe you have several Easter cards to make, and maybe you don't want to color all of the bunnies into a brown, or maybe you can always, of course, stamp your bunny on crumb cake and cut it out, and then use either white craft or something to color, which we're going to do here in just a second. But if you don't want to do that, you can put it on a solid piece here, and that will make your bunny look a little more fun. So then when all you do is color maybe the ear right here and put a little in the folds of the bunny here and there, then it's not, maybe the nose, then it's not such a shock that you haven't, it looks like you haven't colored the bunny. You can leave it white. Okay, so with the Whisper White, when I want to color with Whisper White, what I do is use a, let's see, is this the one? Yeah. I use an old blender pen that I feel like has kind of seen better days. And then I just use it into the ink, into the white craft, and just kind of glop it on here and there. So like on this one, I would just kind of go down anywhere I thought that her little, that she would be white. And the less ink you have on this, like you can see, I really used a lot right there. The less ink you have on this, the more it kind of acts like a sponge almost. It just kind of blends in and doesn't really, I guess for me, it just looks more like you're painting than it would normally. So there you can see I've added some white. Maybe a little on the feet. Oops, I got a little. And you can just take your finger if you get too much on the particular spots that are black and just kind of rub it out. But what I'm doing here is just kind of highlighting with the white, much like you would put shadow in if you were using a color instead, color on white instead of using white on a color. So then I'm coloring this ear right here with my white, because I'm going to go back in with my petal pink, or as I like to call it, petal peach. And then white around the eye probably would be a good idea. Okay. Let me get my peach and see how, it's pretty well dry. Just going to be real quick. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it because I don't want to use this to pick up white. So I'm trying to be careful with that. Put a little bit on the nose. And then maybe a little here and there around. And any place that you got too much, you can probably use this and it will take it off. Okay, so there's that. Let me put this white away. I'm gonna punch it. Okay, so there you can see how nicely he's punched out. So now what I'm doing is I'm gonna make a double Z. So I'm just gonna put oh, I said that wrong, a flip-flop fold. And this is, again, the Dainty Designs. This one is also a Dainty Design. And so you see the back side of these. You might prefer to use different colors, but what I did here was just try to use some that kind of coordinate. And then I put a bunny inside here. Now, I think this would be cute to make it match. Probably I would need to use this bunny on the front. But if you put, you know, for me, I would just use the same color bunny on each part. Just so like the wild bunny, not wild bunny, that kind of thing. So what I did here was just kind of layer these in here. Add this. And then imagine putting my bunny here. You could use, either you could put it together like, you know, put a circle here, or you could just put your bunny on there and put your sentiment on this. So let's see here. Try to think of something to use. One thing I was going to mention too is you could use like a sentiment shaped like, or a thing shaped like this, put your sentiment and have like the Happy Easter across here, and put your bunny and some eggs across the bottom. That would also be cute. So let's see if I can get this part done. Wait a second, I am looking for my Happy Easter. Oh, there we are. And then I think I'm going to use, because I have used so much on this card of the Fresh Freesia, I think that's what I'm going to try to stamp this in. And I'll probably get this not straight, but I'll just give it a quick try and see what happens. Put it at the top. I could put it over to the side, of course, that might be pretty, but right now I'm just deciding to put it across the top. Like that. So let's go ahead and put some of this together. What I'm going to do here is just use my adhesive and glue some of this down. My Stampin' Seal, I mean, oh, this is not good. That has gotten caught. I don't think I can fix it. Let me see if I can. No, it is completely stuck. Okay. Try to grab a different one. Oh, this one's about out. We'll see how long it lasts. And I'm just putting this. Now, you know, this is the one that we do where it is cut 8.5 by 4 1/4. And then, of course, it's scored so that it'll fit in the envelope at 5.5. Sometimes I have a little trouble seeing this. If you ever have that problem, I think it's a lot easier to look like this and line it up against where you've done your fold or your scoring, whatever, and get it. Whoops, I did not cut this piece correctly. Maybe this wasn't the one I wanted for this. It's always possible. Okay, luckily I have my little paper cutter here. So I will go ahead and take care of that. Put it down to right there. Sometimes I make a cut and then I pick up the piece that's cut off instead of the piece that's cut the right side. So, you know, that kind of deal. Oh, Marilyn, you just asked what this fold is. So luckily I was in the process of talking about this one. A little scooch this way. Okay, so there's that. And then on the inside, I could put, I mean, there's so many choices. If you like the repeat of putting this here, you could put the same one on this part here. I don't know how to describe what I'm trying to tell you. You might like the way it repeats, or you might prefer to just have this purple. So 6 of 1, kind of personal preference. Or maybe you'd like to use this pretty bright green, which would also just be another color choice to make. Right there. Okay. Go ahead. I'm going to put this one. One thing about the Dandy Designs, there are so many pieces of paper in it. that it makes, it just feels very generous. I mean, it is $100, I think, for it, but it feels like you really have a good, generous amount of paper that you could make a whole bunch of cards like this. Okay, so now I'm just going to put some adhesive on the back. And then the point here is to line this up so that it looks centered. And it may be easier for you to do that here, but the thing that you want to remember when you're doing this is to only these two, because you want to have some of this showing as well. Now, if you want it to be even here and here, then you can just scooch it. You can, have it like this and make it where that it's centered with the same amount on each side. So that's kind of just what I did on this. Now, some people would say, well, maybe you got this too small, which is fine. You could certainly make it bigger. But in my opinion, you can make this any size that makes sense for you and for the card that you're making. Okay, so there I have that. And also, I could have done this, instead of putting this little guy on here, I could have put, some kind of a piece inside here. It wouldn't necessarily have to be layered perfectly. It could just be a die cut in there, and that might even be cuter. So, whatever you think on that. That there, and I'm going to put this up so I can see what I'm doing. I made this just a little bit smaller than the normal size. We do 5 1/4 by 4 over 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. I made this just a little bit smaller than that, so it would have a larger border around it, just for giggles. And so there you have a place to sign on the inside. Okay, so there's that. And then for me, when I put my Happy Easter here, I would only attach it on this side so that, when you lift it up like this, that's how it works. And then I would put this little guy here, and then maybe I would put my eggs on here as well. Another possibility that I wanted to kind of show you was you can put your, across here, you could put your little grass. So I'm just going to try to find here real quick. I don't know if this will be dark enough even to see, but we'll give it a try. The super light green, which is the soft sea foam, I mean, it is so light that I just think it's very hard to see. But I mean, when you can't see the name of it on the tag, that's light. Okay, so I'm going to go all the way across here. And you could use 2 different colors of green if you wanted to. And I've just picked out a green that's in here. And I might go ahead and go back in with my, there we go. You can see I've doubled it over on the side there, but I didn't really worry about it. I'm going to go back in with my granny apple. And we may hate that, but I can always just either not stick this down or change it later. Here's my granny apple. Try to get it on there kind of light. Get to the end there. And the end over here. And then maybe in the middle. And what I'm talking about there is that I didn't make it meet yet. And then I'm going to double it right there where it is. Like that. So there you can see, I've just kind of put that on there. And I got this idea from my friend Shauna. She is a member of my Stampin' Bunnies team. We did this the other night. It might even be cuter to not put my things there since I went to the trouble to stamp the grass. And maybe I'll just stamp a little butterfly up there. So let's find my little butterfly right here. I'm going to do that in black as well. Okay, I'm going to have to turn this around because I do not want to be crazy and stamp it like it's flying away, like it's afraid of the bunny. But I'll just have to draw a bigger antenna on the top. Let's make it look like it's There we go. That's what we did. We did that on purpose. Okay. To let it dry just a second. Okay, so there's that. I'm gonna put my bunny kind of down here like this. Super cute. And then I'll color this in. Maybe I'll put you can put my eggs off the edge too. Just kind of like that, or kind of over here. Yeah, I think that'll actually be kind of perfect. So let me go ahead and color some of these. Try to decide what color I want things to be. I'll do some polka dots in the pool party. And pool party is not actually the main color, the main aqua in this. It's really Coastal Cabana, but it looks so nice with it that I just use the pool party. Plus I love the pool party blends, so. All right, so I'm doing yellow for my butterfly. And I'm gonna put some dots on that are either purple or, this is a tough decision. I guess I'm gonna put purple dots on my butterfly. Okay, there we are. Oh, sorry, I've got my card blocking your view. There we go. Then I'm gonna do a purple. I'm gonna do some checks, so maybe we'll do like that. And then if you do this, then you won't have to color it. Oh, I did crazy. Okay, so maybe we will have to color. Hold on. All right, so there's that. And then I'm gonna want the darkest color I can use, which is gonna probably be my pool party. I might have to go back in with something besides light pool party. Also, when you make a mistake like that, it's often the easiest way to cover it up is with another color. So there you can see that makes a lot more sense. Here, a lot better pattern for that. And then I'm gonna use the peach, which is my petal pink over here. And I'm gonna do a peach stripe, like that. And my fresh freesia. And yellow, which is I'm using dark So Saffron for my yellow. I think I'll go ahead and put some pool party here. So let's go ahead and kind of adhere this on there. Now, if you want it to be good and sturdy, using the tear tape will make it feel a lot more, make you feel more confident in the fact that it's going to stay stuck. Oops, I don't want that much on there. And I try to stop because I don't want to have any going out of my edge there. So I can also probably, it would probably be very cute to color in with my marker here. All right, that's kind of doing a smear. Maybe I don't care for that. Huh, that's funny. Okay, well, now that I've done it, I kind of don't have a choice, so I'm gonna have to go ahead and finish. But I think I should have tried that before I got started on it. Didn't even think about it not being super cute. In my mind, it was gonna be really cute. Now I've just got to stick with it. This almost has like a gray look. It's dark soft seafoam, so I don't know. Okay. So it looks a little more noticeable anyway. I'm going to put just another strip. I'm not getting it right next to the edge. I'm just so that it has two strips of about 1 inch apart. Okay, so then I'm going to put this here, kind of get it centered. Kind of like that. Yeah, okay. So now I'll just put some adhesive here. Pop him right there on the bottom. Okay, so there's my little card. Now to complete this, what I would probably do is add a ribbon in one of these colors. So we do have some gorgeous ribbons right now in these particular colors. We have the petal pink that's called a soft polyester, and I think it would look really pretty on there. And of course the matching freesia might be the best choice, but it also might be this. Oh, I don't have this cut straight. Hold up. Let's cut this off so that it's cute. You know how I love a cute end on my ribbon. There we are. That would be super cute as well. And then we also have, now we have a really pretty, this is kind of like a grosgrain ribbon in the pool party. We also have a real pretty organza, but this one has a little more color to it. And this might actually be what I would choose. What do you guys think? I feel like it really brings out this second layer. And then I would probably add some of these guys. Now they're iridescent, so I don't know if you'll think that they match perfectly, but these are called iridescent pastel gems. And I think they would be super pretty on here, just kind of in the corners or wherever. Just, you know, maybe I don't want to put this here, maybe I want to put it over here, but just to kind of add a little bit more interest there. So there you can see those. I don't know if you can see how pretty they are in this particular thing, but yeah, I love blue all the time. So it's almost like I have to kind of force myself to use the other colors, and these would be fine, but I really liked the blue with that. So then the ones that we sort of half did, our little girl here with the really pretty band of florals, and then this little person who was little dude, whatever, little bunny of fun there. And oh, this one would work too. I think the petal papaya looks nice with the petal pink as well. So either one of those I think would be pretty with this card. Well, I'd have to put this back on there. Just kind of put it down there like that. I can see that one. So lots of choices with this little bunny. And I didn't even, this is so funny, I didn't even put hardly sentiments on these, and maybe I'll wait and think, you know, look for a baby sentiment to put on this. Because I think it's such a sweet little card. So anyway, I appreciate you all watching, and I hope that you'll get this set, even when if it doesn't have the punch right now. You can use it with so many things like circles and squares. So I hope you have a great weekend and get some stamping done. Bye-bye.